LPG versus Terrafirma Jeep. And now let's meet the starters. First, for Phoenix Super LPG. A 6-foot guard from San Mateo, Isabela, number 4, Chris Banquero. A 6'3" guard from Ramos Tarlac, number 7, Matthew Wright. A 6'5" center from Bacolod City, number 18, Justin Chua. A 6'4" forward from Bolino, Pangasinan, number 3, Jason Perkins. And a 6'3" forward from Santa Rita, Pampanga, number 2, Mike Calisaan. Head coach for Phoenix is Topex Robinson. And now the starters for Terrafirma Jeep. A 5'10" guard from Mandaluyong City, number 5, Huami Tiongson. A 6-foot guard from Davao City, number 31, Reden Zelda. A 6'5" forward from Malaya Kla, number 10, Andreas Kahilig. A 6'7" forward from Cebu City, number 17, Aldrich Ramos. And a 6'10" center from Caloocan City, number 1, James Lapud. Head coach for Terrafirma is John Cardell. Our referees for this game.
And here are starting lineups for the ball game for Phoenix. We have Banchero Wright, Justin Chua, Jason Perkins, and Michael Calisaan. And for Terrafirma, we have Chongson, Zelda, Laput, as well as, of course, Aldrich Ramos in the ball game. And this tip-off is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. And first possession goes straight to Phoenix as you have Matthew Wright handling the basketball. Give it to Kish Banchero, who's actually playing very well in this season. As you see Phoenix passing the ball around, Matthew Wright finding Jason Perkins inside for an easy layup for the first 2 points of Phoenix.
That's a great way to start a ball game when you have a guy who would execute the play well that is designed by the coach. Then it actually gives a lot of morale boost for the players, especially if you come from a loss.
And Matthew Wright comes away with an easy steal, picking off that pass from Wami Tiongson. So Terrafirma out to an early 4-point lead.
Well, when they played NLEX, they also started out like a house on fire. They've been hustling a lot, but knowing Coach Yengel's system, they would always find a way to really get back in the game. You know, that's something that Phoenix would just have to be able to do.
As Terrafirma turns the ball over once again, and Matthew finding Jason Perkins again for an easy layup. So 6 straight points easily for Phoenix to come out of the gates in the first minute of our ball game, and that leads to a quick timeout by Terrafirma to get things in order after a very rough start. Back-to-back turnovers for Terrafirma as Phoenix, they're playing very aggressive defense so far, and Matthew Wright just finding Jason Perkins using that pick and roll for that easy layup for Jason Perkins. So let's see what Terrafirma draws up after that timeout, because this is a quick start, very aggressive start by Phoenix.
Yes,
Eric.
Yes, you definitely, Andre. When you talk about starting a game like this, each and every team would always want a good start in every game. It sets the tone. It sets the momentum as well. Now the question is, how do they maintain the intensity when the second unit comes?
So let's see also what Terrafirma draws up here, as they haven't been able to set anything up in the first few possessions because of the intensity of the defense of Phoenix, as Huami Tiongson has the basketball. Tiongson going 1-on-1 against Banchero. Fades away. Ball gets tapped away by Matthew Wright. So another good defensive play by Matthew Wright.
A slow start here by Terrafirma after winning 3 straight games.
Banchero gets blocked by Kahilig after trying to split that double team. Kahilig has the basketball. Finds Laput to Zelda. Zelda using that screen of Laput. Fades away, but passes it to Ramos. Ramos gets caught, but gets fouled by Phoenix.
See the difference on how a good start can do for your team. You see a lot of the players hustling, rotating, and challenging shots.
Gives you all that energy, but Chongson tries to go for that 3-pointer. Misses as Matthew Wright handles the basketball for Phoenix. Matthew Wright using that screen once again. Finding Chua. Chua hits a 3-pointer, so a quick 9-0 run by Phoenix to start the ball game.
We were talking about Justin Chua not really getting enough minutes. He was scoring or averaging around 7 points. This is the team that really gave him that much break in the PBA. But now you see him really start the game very well. He could also have been under the weather, or maybe he could have been injured. That's why he was also struggling at a couple of times on their previous outings.
So of course, as we know, Phoenix isn't the team that their record doesn't reflect actually how great their team can possibly be. As we know the names of the players in Phoenix. If they play to their full potential, we know how big of a juggernaut they can be as a team. As we have Banchero giving it to right once again. Back to Banchero. So Phoenix playing very well with this 9-0 run. Perkins passing it to the corner. Justin Chua trying to go back-to-back for 3. That is short. Battle for the loose ball. Perkins just tips it out of bounds. But good hustle so far by Phoenix trying to get to that loose ball. The ball is back with Terrafirma as MGR passed the ball. Replacing Zelda early here. Kahilig tries to force the issue. Ball goes back to Phoenix. Matthew Wright handing the basketball. Matthew Wright trying to find an open man. Gets it to Banchero. To Jason Perkins. NBA.
Yeah.
Thinking of Kendrick Perkins because I was watching him earlier, but Jason Perkins hits another shot. Mid-range jumper for Jason Perkins.
Jason Perkins is better than Kendrick Perkins. Huh?
More mobile, very athletic. I can't disagree with that. Aldis Ramos tries to find MGR inside, kicks it out to Wami. Wami tries to get that 3 going, but the offensive rebound goes to Terrafirma as Aldis Ramos just tips it off of Jason Perkins.
You see the Phoenix team is just so pumped. You see Perkins diving for those ball, challenging shots.
As Phoenix with an 11-0 early lead. Terrafirma just trying to find their first points of the game at almost 4 minutes have elapsed here in the first as Aldis Ramos finally gets them on board with that nice post move. Phoenix with the basketball though, playing with a lot of energy here to start the ball game. Matthew Wright, short jumper. That is good for Matthew Wright.
Ganda na simula dito ng Phoenix, and they're really playing so well. The shots are falling, and that's something that you really want to see from a team like Phoenix trying to bounce back.
That was Banchero, by the way, with that
Banchero,
short
yes,
jumper.
yes, check that, yes.
Because nakakalito, you get confused. They kind of look alike with those headbands. So,
Parehong tisoy eh.
oh, medyo titingnan natin yung sapatos na lang. Matthew has the yellow pair of shoes, and Wami gets fouled on that floater. As Wami Jongson really looking for his offense early here in this ball game. As if you watch their previous game, Blackwater actually sent out a box and one against Jongson, which we don't see often in the pro leagues.
I mean, if I were Wami, I would be impressed. You know, can you imagine
that somebody sent you a box and one?
Never in his life, maybe, that he experienced such attention from the opposing team.
But after back-to-back, almost averaging 30 points in those 2 games against SMB and Ginebra, he got the respect of Blackwater. And he was kind of confused if you watched him in that first half. He was like, why are they throwing a box and one at me? But now he misses his first free throw. Let's see if Wami gets a second one, hits a second one, and it's back to a 10-point lead for Phoenix. With 7 minutes and 34 seconds remaining here in our first quarter.
That's what you'll get. I mean, if you play well in this league, you definitely will get the attention in the scouting report.
Manuel tries to force the issue. Ball gets tapped back to Terrafirma, MGR. Back to Kahilig. Kahilig wants to go to Gabayni inside. Gabayni trying to post up Manuel, finds Ramos, takes one step, shoots that jumper. This is for Ramos. Banchero has the basketball. Banchero gets it to Wright. Ball almost gets stolen. Matthew Wright, short jumper. Same result. Gets 2 points again for Phoenix.
Phoenix is still, starting this game like a house on fire. We still have 6 minutes left, and they already have 15 points in the game.
Terrafirma just not finding any rhythm so far here because of the very aggressive defense by Phoenix. Ball keeps getting tapped away, and another turnover there for Terrafirma as Gabaini can't get the ball to MGR.
Well, I feel that the pressure defense that's being applied by Phoenix is causing a lot of, breakdowns in the set patterns of Terrafirma.
Matthew Wright with a picture-perfect jumper in that last possession. And
You got to show there on when he comes off a screen and roll. You got to show. And Ramos was way so far to stop or at least put a hand up to challenge that shot.
And we have a timeout called on the floor, and Phoenix leads 15-3. And this timeout is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Back to the ball game as Phoenix has a 15-3 lead against Terrafirma, and they just called a timeout there. Let's see, what have you seen so far, Eric, in this first few minutes?
Well, it's all about having a good start, playing with high intensity, and everything starts on defense.
Banchero has the basketball. Uses that Perkins screen. Perkins, short jumper for Jason Perkins, short. Battle for the loose ball goes to Manuel. Big Manuel has the basketball. Shoots that floater, too strong, and we have a foul called on the floor, and that is a loose ball foul. Called on Terrafirma. I think Gabaini gets called for that foul.
Well, Manuel was lucky that he was throwing up a bad shot. The angle on that shot wasn't really so good. He was really on the side of the basket. And luckily, he was able to draw a foul.
Wright gets it to Jason Perkins. Banchero. Wright gets it, and we have an offensive foul as Manuel gets called for that illegal screen.
So this is the time when Terrafirma, this miscues here on the execution by Phoenix, this is the best time that Terrafirma can make their move so that they can get back in this game.
And in the previous game, Terrafirma was also down by double digits against Blackwater, and they came back in that game slowly chipping into that lead and developing a double-digit lead. So we know that they're capable of cutting into this lead. So you see Calvo having a tough time against Banchero, gets it to Gabaini. Gabaini wants to go against Manuel. Spin move for Gabaini. That is a good post-up by Gabaini.
Well, that big man should really develop that confidence more. I mean, for you to be able to score on Vic Manuel on the post, but that was a nice spin move there going baseline.
And you have to be a strong person to be able to back down Vic Manuel.
Mabigat si Gabaini. I mean, I was watching him in college for a couple of times and he shook my hands. He's got big hands and heavy at that. I remember that day when I was watching him, playing for his school back then.
And we see Gabaini just backing down Vic Manuel, which isn't an easy thing to do. But Vic Manuel counters on the other end. Shows that ako rin, kaya ko rin.
I mean, there's a lot of versatility on the game of Vic Manuel through the years. He's more mobile than Gabaini. But in terms of strength, I think he can back down anyone in the league.
As McCarthy passes it, Kamson inside the MGR. Nice pass by Kamson to MGR.
So this is the way Terrafirma has been building their momentum, building their confidence, and this is something that can really help them.
Jason Perkins brings the ball down, gets it to Matthew Wright. Wright uses that screen, shoots that short jumper again, short this time as MGR gets the rebound. He drives inside to the left, nice drive by MGR, but just gets hit, just throws the ball out. Banchero couldn't handle the pass, and that is another turnover for Phoenix.
Yeah, that's Rio's turnover. I mean, he wasn't really able to establish what he wanted to do with that basketball. Oh, comes on with a nice dish.
Nice pass by Capson to MGR. So McCarthy handles the basketball now. McCarthy drops it off to Gabayni again. Gabayni wants to go against Vic Manuel. Gets another hook shot to go.
Wow, he's really gaining a lot of confidence compared to when I was seeing him in Global Port or North Port, Batang Pier. Gabayni showing a lot of promise here.
Matthew Wright gets it back to Manuel. Manuel wants to go against Gabayni once again. Tries to drop it off to right, and that's another turnover for Phoenix. So back-to-back turnovers for Phoenix. No look pass by MGR to Kamson. Gets read perfectly by Banchero. Banchero gets sub out as we see Gabayni. Nice move by Gabayni.
I like the fundamentals that he did there. I thought he would travel, but he was able to gather himself and not lift that pivot foot when he went down the lane. But one thing nice about Gabayni is he just kept the ball up, being a big man.
Calvo gets trapped, shoots that fadeaway, almost gets it to go, but Manuel cleans up the board. Wright has the basketball. Uses that Manuel screen, burst of speed for Matthew Wright, drives inside. No go. Asking for a foul, doesn't get it as McCarthy gets a pass from Calvo. Kamson drives. And that is a turnover for Kamson. Travels. What is Terrafirma doing different now? How are they forcing these turnovers by Phoenix?
Well, they're more aggressive now. They're playing defense, staying in front of the man, and making sure that each and every shot is challenged.
So 3 minutes and 30 seconds na lang natitira dito sa ating first quarter as Manuel gets an open shot, but that is an offensive foul once again for Phoenix. Matthew Wright gets called for that foul. So that's multiple turnovers straight for Phoenix, and Terrafirma with a chance to cut into this lead even more.
So this is the time when you see a momentum shift there. Now it's on the side of Terrafirma.
Kamson gives a screen to McCarthy. McCarthy gets trapped with the ball. Finds Calvo. Back to McCarthy. Sean McCarthy never afraid to shoot. Shoots that step back, hits that step back.
So there's nothing really much you can do. Perkins did a good job, was sliding with him, but McCarthy having a lot of moves there using that step back for that J.
17-12, so Terrafirma cutting into that double-digit lead. Now just a 5-point ball game.
That's a 7-0 run that Terrafirma did.
As we see that move by Rashawn McCarthy, just stepping back. And we'll be back here at the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. We're back here on PBA Rush, and let's talk about Jason Perkins, who's been a constant threat this season and this conference, I mean. But of course, we know all the things that Jason Perkins can do. So what have you seen so far with the performance of Jason Perkins?
It's really all about consistency. 9 rebounds is impressive. 40% field goal, well, it's pretty good, but can still be improved. But you know, the 12.6 points, I think Jason can still outdo himself with a 12.6 point average.
So Jason Perkins starting off well here in this game, already with 6 points off of those easy passes by Matthew Wright off of that pick and roll. But Phoenix has possession. Manuel has the basketball. After that 3 by Rashawn McCarthy, and Vic Manuel gets that ball to go in. So Manuel gets his second field goal of the ball game.
That's going to be a big problem for Gabayni because Vic Manuel can face him up and take that J if he backs up.
MGR trying to find somebody to pass the ball to. Gets it to Rashawn McCarthy. Gabaini back at the post. Drives inside, loses the handle. And the ball will go back to Phoenix. So Matthew Wright helping out Vic Manuel after Gabaini found a way to get loose. But Matthew Wright was there to bother that one. Right, back out the gets the ball, passes the ball back. Phoenix gets it to Manuel. Manuel short jumper again. That misses this time. McCarthy with a rebound. Rashawn McCarthy always looking to shoot. Let's see. He likes this matchup against Jason Perkins. Gets it to Calvo. Calvo to Camson. Camson against Manuel. Camson gets that layup. Nice move by Camson.
Well, he was able to protect that ball very well. And hindi na siya nagmamadali eh. You could see that he was very composed even if there were defenders rotating to him.
Perkins hands the ball over. Perkins shoots that three, hits the three-pointer.
He's got that range, and that's something that Jason Perkins can do. He loves those baseline jumpers, but then he has extended his range for another option in his arsenal.
So back to an 8-point lead for Phoenix with over a minute to go as McCarthy tries to shoot that three, but MGR gets the offensive rebound. Looking for Camson. Camson's turn to shoot a three, short, right for the rebound. Right, asking for that screen from Perkins. Drives inside, shoots that floater. Matthew Wright, battle for the loose ball. Manuel, and we have a call on the floor, and it's against Camson as Camson gets called for that foul against Manuel. Pascual comes in for Manuel, and that is the fourth team foul on Terrafirma with 14 seconds on the shot clock. And 57 seconds to go here in the first quarter. As Phoenix tries to hit that three-pointer, but MGR gets that rebound. So Terrafirma getting some stops here as Calvo has the basketball. Tries to shake off his defender. Calvo drives inside. Nice footwork from JP Calvo. Just misses that floater. Fast break for Phoenix, and that is an easy layup.
A good step down. Yes, they were able to push that ball very well. But Calvo just missed an easy shot.
And we'll see what happens here in the last few seconds of our first quarter as Phoenix leads 24-14. And we're back here to ball game as Phoenix builds another double-digit lead off of that nice layup by R.R. Garcia off of the miss of JP Calvo. So Phoenix playing with a lot of energy here in the first quarter, 24-14 lead. What do you want to see from Terrafirma in this last few seconds?
Well, they needed one good execution here to close out the first quarter. And you expect Phoenix to really apply the pressure just like what Johnson Rios is doing with the NGR.
Calvo gets the ball across half court. MGR handing it, passes it to Camson. Let's see what they drop here. McCarthy with a three, hits another three-pointer. Rashawn McCarthy with 2 3-pointers here in the first. Last 14 seconds of the quarter as Garcia has the basketball. Garcia asking for that screen. Drives left, drops the pass off. Open three-pointer for Phoenix.
Oh, yes,
they don't take it, and they fake it, and that is the end of the first quarter as Phoenix settles for a 7-point lead against Terrafirma, 24-17. As we see Jason Perkins already with 9 points. And speaking of, we were talking about his field goal percentage. He's 4 of 5,
4 of 5.
from the floor.
So that's the kind of game that Jason Perkins is always giving out day in, day out. So we see that he is starting out this game very well.
Jason Perkins for Jansen Rios. This is the second quarter.
And we're back for the second quarter of our first game for today here in the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021 as Phoenix has a 24-17 lead against Terrafirma, and Phoenix shooting 50% from the field. What can you say about that, Eric?
Well, Phoenix really did a good job in the first quarter, and Terrafirma did struggle. I would attribute that to the good defense and the pressure defense that Phoenix applied in the first quarter. You expect Coach John Cardell's team to really start to pressure more. You have to throw it back to Phoenix because tingnan na lang natin kung sino mas matigas sa atin in terms of like the pressure that you can apply on defense.
But speaking of adding pressure, Jason Perkins hits another three-pointer to build another 10-point lead for Phoenix.
Ganda nilalaro ni Jason Perkins dito.
Jason Perkins 5 of 6 na from the field. 2 3-pointers as Kahilig has a basketball, drives in the middle, gets hit. Tries to get that jumper, that floater to go, but he'll earn those from the free throw line.
That's one thing nice about Andreas Kahilig. He will attack you every single time.
Gusto na makipagpalitan ng mukha. Even though he doesn't care about it, even though he looks good.
Papayag kaya yung ano? I'm sure papayag kaya siya.
Pogi eh. Pero parang gustong-gusto niya lagi makipagpalitan ng mukha. But he hits the first free throw. Phoenix 27, Terrafirma 18. If you guys just joined us, Phoenix played very well, building that double-digit lead in that first quarter. As Terrafirma trying to come back in this ball game as Andreas Kahilig hits back-to-back free throws.
Well, that's the game of basketball for you, Andre. I mean, you really have to literally makipagpalitan ka ng mukha because that's how intense the game is played.
As Perkins wants to go against McCarthy, has the mismatch. Perkins finds Manuel inside with that drop pass, but Manuel couldn't hit that floater. McCarthy handling the basketball. Nice spin move by McCarthy, drives baseline, and he steps out of bounds, and that is another turnover for Terrafirma.
Nanghinayang si Jake Pascual noon. He was just so deep under the basket, he didn't really get a nice angle off that bank shot.
As Garcia handling the basketball now for Phoenix. That was Pascual, by the way, with that previous hook shot by Phoenix that missed. Perkins has it against Camson. Another shot for Jason Perkins. So Perkins on fire to start the second quarter.
Wow, kinakain na talaga. Whoever is defending him. That's the second time that he scored on Camson. That jumper from outside and that power move in.
As McCarthy holds the basketball and calls a timeout. No one to pass the ball to. So Terrafirma not handling the pressure from Phoenix very well here early in the second quarter. And this timeout is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. we're back to the ballgame as Jason Perkins pouring in the points here early in the second quarter as he's just doing it from everywhere, Eric.
Yes, he's been very consistent. Grabe, 6 of 7 field goal siya in this game.
So Perkins trying to put his mark in this ballgame early. Just missing one field goal. Let's see how Terrafirma answers this personal run by Jason Perkins. He's playing very well as Cahilig is set to inbound the basketball for Terrafirma. Trying to find Ramos, but Jake Pascual just taps the ball away. So Terrafirma down again by double digits, back to a 10-point ball game. As Wami Chongson is back after that short rest in the first quarter, using the screen by MGR, finds the matchup that he likes, gets double teamed. McCarthy shoots another step back three, air balls it this time, as Phoenix gets that rebound.
First time to see them, Nick Demuses on the floor.
Demuses with that rebound. Perkins again finds Azul for that three-pointer. Too strong. Rebound by Pascual. Gets it back to Garcia. Asking for that screen from Perkins. Shoots that three. No go for Phoenix. Terrafirma gets the basketball. McCarthy bringing the ball down. What did you see in that last play, Eric, from Phoenix?
Well, they just, they're trying to still find a way to get that offense to go. But sometimes, when you rush things and you're not able to execute it to really use up more of the shot clock, then sometimes you're really forced to take just an outside shot rather than a higher percentage shot.
As Aldous Ramos hits on the other end for Terrafirma, so the ball is back with Phoenix. Jason Perkins trying another three. Too strong that time.
Heat check.
That is a heat check for Jason Perkins, but it almost went in. As McCarthy has the basketball using that Ramos screen. Gets pushed. Telling the referee, salamat naman, natawagan na ako. Because he's been complaining for a call since the first quarter. Bonbon Batelier comes in for Rashawn McCarthy, who hit those 2 3-pointers to keep Terrafirma in this ball game in that first quarter, and they're now down by 8 with the basketball. Wami Tiongson, Ramos, Batelier, MGR, and Cahilig in for Terrafirma as Cahilig drives inside. And that is the offensive foul called on Andreas Cahilig, hitting Pascual right in the chest with the shoulder.
Well, good position there by Jake Pascual because he's beyond that half circle under the basket to draw that foul.
Justin Chua comes back into the ball game as Pascual takes a rest. Pascual playing very well in the short time he was in the floor, as Banquero is back in the ball game as well. The Muses has the basketball. Trying to find Banquero, and Perkins is there once again. Gets double teamed and the ball gets tapped away. Good defense by Terrafirma.
He was trapped under the sideline, or baseline rather.
The Muses set to inbound as Terrafirma trying to come back from an 8-point deficit, but Phoenix trying to build a double-digit lead once again, and another foul is called, this time on Cahilig once again, blocking Banquero, trying to take the charge.
O dyan sa makipagpalitan ng mukha kay Banchero.
Medyo quits lang sila.
Mamimili lang naman siya ng makikipagpalitan. Teka, Banchero na. Oh.
Medyo pantay na pantay lang talaga sila.
Quit sila dyan eh.
But Banquero gets the better of Cahilig on that play, draws that foul. Phoenix still has 14 seconds on the shot clock with 8 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the first half. As Tiongson tries to go for that steal. MGR also, Banquero just doing a lot of moves, tries to get that floater to go, but he gets blocked as Cahilig drives inside. And Cahilig is on the floor.
I think he hurt, ankle, yes. He didn't land well when he was trying to get in the lane for that layup. Probably could have stepped on someone.
I actually thought it was worse because sometimes in those
Yes,
plays,
right here.
he steps
Ayun.
on the foot
Oh,
of
aray.
Matthew, right? At medyo, that's a pretty bad ankle sprain. Good thing though, I thought it was something worse because usually if you don't see the foot stepping on somebody's foot, it's something else. It's a non-contact injury. But as you see, he just twisted his ankle. Ano pa ba yan? Pwede pa bang bote-bote lang dyan?
Lagyan mo ng mainit na tubig yung bote.
Tapos bote, roll mo lang yung paa mo. Sabi nila,
That's old school, Andre. That's beyond your time.
in the era of my dad, that's what they used to do though.
So,
Eh.
so you're trying to tell me I can be your dad?
No, my dad was even before pa, in the 70s. So, bote lang daw yun. But
But kidding aside, inabot ko naman yun. Nakita ko naman. I was very young then. Maybe I was younger than your pop. But I'm just messing with you. But anyway, you don't really want to see these things happening to a guy like Kahilig because he's been doing very well for Terrafirma. He's one of those guys who has been hustling a lot, getting rebounds. But you can see the attitude of this guy. He just wants to walk it off to prove that how tough he is. Hopefully he can get back and there's not much swelling on that foot.
And he's one of the players that Terrafirma needs. He does a lot of the dirty work. If you watch their games, he's always on the floor, diving, getting those loose balls, getting those taps, those 50-50 balls. So let's see if he'll be back in this ball game after what was a very scary looking ankle sprain. Medyo nag 90 degrees ba yung paa niya doon. So,
Parang more pa eh.
or even more. So that
More
looked
pa eh.
really scary. So
Yeah, nakatakot yun. Hopefully he's back.
he's back and he wants to shoot those 2 free throws because I think if he doesn't shoot those 2 free throws, can he still come back in the game? That is we don't know about that. So he still wants to shoot. So showing that what they call it these days, Mamba mentality.
Yes.
Shooting these 2 free throws after that pretty bad ankle sprain.
Yeah, but it's good that we see him back. He could have, maybe it wasn't as serious because he was able to get back because I don't really see anyone in the official stable trying to replace him if ever he just shoots his free throws and goes out.
But Kahilig hits both free throws, so showing that he still can stroke that shot, but obviously limping down court, and Phoenix wants to take advantage. But Kahilig definitely hobbled, heading straight to the bench as Terrafirma gives up that foul to get somebody in the ball game. And I think it's Roosevelt Adams comes in.
Oh yes, I
coming
think
into the ball
it
game.
was Adams was there a while ago. Yes, I missed that.
Adams is playing a second game this conference after battling through a couple of things. So he played sparingly in this previous game. Let's see if he has more of an impact this time. Perkins driving against Batelier, so Batelier just reaches in. And a foul is called on Bonbon Batelier. Batelier arguing with the referee, but to no avail as Jason Perkins gets a shooting foul off of that Bonbon Batelier foul.
Well, he can score. Look at how much points. 14 points already out of the 29. That's close to half already of the entire Phoenix production in his first half.
As Perkins actually has half already of the production of Phoenix, 15 of the 30 points. More than half, 16 of the 31 points of Phoenix, as Coach Topix definitely happy with what he's seen from Perkins, as Russell Adams just strokes that three-pointer. And wow, warm-up shot for Roosevelt Adams, and he hits it.
That's a good stroke there that he did.
As Wright trying to battle against Batelier. And we have another foul called on Terrafirma. Batelier gets called for another foul, as Phoenix only has a 5-point lead after leading by double digits. So Terrafirma climbing back into this ball game.
Well, a while ago, you could see that Batelier and I think Matthew Wright were like exchanging, pleasantries prior to that play. So, they're probably getting heated up because Batelier is really giving him a tough time.
as Perkins trying to outmuscle MGR, almost gets that hook shot to go in. But Terrafirma now has a chance to cut into the lead even more as Batilier is against Chua. Shoots that jumper from the free throw line, misses that jumper. Ball is back in Phoenix as Matthew Wright has it. Matthew Wright, pull-up three-pointer is short, but Chua gets the offensive rebound. Wright again, this time goes closer. Still no go for Matthew Wright. MGR pushing the ball down, finds Ramos. Ramos, he likes that shot. Pulls it back, gives it back to Adams. Yongson, back to Adams. Adams trying to go back-to-back from three-pointer. From the three-point land, hits it once again. So back-to-back three-pointers for Roosevelt Adams to cut that lead down to 2.
Good shooting form there.
It's just a 2-point ball game now after Phoenix led by as much as 12 points. Three-pointer again from Phoenix, no go. Matthew Wright gets the offensive rebound, gets fouled by Batilier again. So Terrafirma climbing into this ball game. Nice pass by Tiongson, and Roosevelt Adams just hits that three-pointer over Justin Chua.
Oh, a big confidence booster for Roosevelt Adams to hit back-to-back three-point shots.
As Wright misses free throw. So Matthew Wright just missed 2 shots and now misses another free throw. What do you think? What have you seen from Matthew Wright so far here in this ballgame?
Well, you know, it's really it's more on Jason Perkins' performance so far that you really notice here, but he still only has 4 points. Let's remember that he did only 7 points in the previous outing. So I'm sure Matthew Wright is looking to really get back into his scoring shape.
And Adams, speaking of confidence, just blows by Chua once again and hits that easy layup over the Phoenix defender. So Terrafirma getting a big boost from Roosevelt Adams with 8 straight points to cut that lead down to 1. Vaquero has the basketball. Phoenix trying to hold on to this lead as Wright gets fouled again. And let's see if this is one more Batilier. That's like the 4th foul for Batilier here in the second quarter. But MGR gets called for that one, and that is his first foul. And medyo napatawa na lang doon si MGR.
2 free throws for Matthew.
Well, you know, the defenders here, but look at Roosevelt Adams. Nice move here with that lefty. The late in defense doon ng Phoenix.
Substitution, Joseph Combini for
As Wright hits the first free throw, pushes the lead back up to 2 with 5 minutes and 42 seconds remaining here in our first half with Phoenix up. Matthew Wright doing a bit of everything here, has 3 rebounds, has 3 assists to go along with 7 points. 3-point ball game. Phoenix is up 34-31. MGR back to Adams. Adams just shoots another 3. That's a heat check 3 from Roosevelt Adams. Shoots it short. Ball is back with Phoenix. And Garo gets it to Chua. Nice 2-man play by Chua and Bankero.
Hindi na nakareact si Roosevelt Adams. He could have at least challenged or attempted to block that shot with his long arms.
So Phoenix counters back with 4 straight points. As MGR trying to find Tiongson. Tiongson against Wright. Shoots that 3-pointer, gets fouled, almost gets the 4-point play, but he'll have to earn it at the stripe. So Tiongson will go for 3 free throws on this trip to the free throw line. Tiongson never in this conference just having all the confidence in the world with those step backs, just pulling up from 3. And we haven't seen this from him even in college. This aggressive on offense.
That's a very good point. Even in college, I don't really remember, seeing Wami Chongson. He score a couple of times, back then in Ateneo, but he's not this, impressive for me. I mean, he's really playing a high, type of basketball here in the Pro League. He only has, I believe that's his 4th point of the game. But still, to average 17 points and to get, Player of the Week honors is something big for the career of Wami Chongson.
And he was one of those players that we all knew that he lets the game come to him. He he shoots where the spots are. But now we can see how aggressive he is in finding his offense, and he hits all three-pointers to cut into that Phoenix lead.
Let's not forget that he came from Coach Yang Giao in NLEX. And when you come from Coach Yang Giao and you play here in the PBA, you definitely will build your confidence with Coach Yang because his rotation is almost the entire 12-man roster. And that's the reason why Wami has built up his confidence because he was really given the green light to shoot when he was in NLEX.
As Zelda has the basketball, trying to find Wami. Jongson has the basketball, uses that screen. Nice move by Wami, hits that floater.
He loves that move right there.
38-36. Correction, Wami made 2 out of 3 in his last trip at the free throw line. As the lead is back down to 2. And nice defense by Zelda, and it's a 2-on-1 fast break. Gets Jongson, and Jongson hits that reverse layup to tie this ball game at 38 apiece.
So this is the reason why Terrafirma has won their last 3 games. With the way Zelda and Wami Jongson, that combination always gives them a lot of good things on the floor.
Drive inside by Phoenix, and Manuel gets fouled on his drive, but Terrafirma coming back from a double-digit deficit to tie the ball game here at 38 with 3 minutes and 41 seconds remaining. But Manuel goes to the free throw line for 2 shots.
2 free throws for Vic Manuel.
As we see the nice pass by Zelda to Jongson for that reverse layup. And sabi nga nila, the best time to go down double-digit in the ball game is in the first quarter.
Yeah. Kasi meron ka pang chance na makahabol eh.
You have the entire game to come back from that double-digit deficit as Vic Manuel hits the first free throw.
And let's not forget kung sino yung tinalo rin ng Terrafirma in their last 3 games. Those
That
are
was,
like big teams.
Juggernauts, diba? SMB and Ginebra. And that was actually their first win ever against Ginebra.
Yes.
0-16 sila bago nun.
Can you imagine? That the amount of confidence that it can, bring to the team. Kaya ibang-iba yung this is a different Terrafirma compared to the previous Mahindra or Kia teams that we have seen in the past.
And now, as you can see, a very confident team was taking the lead now for their first lead of the ball game at 40-39 as Manuel trying to find some space, hits that jumper, shoots it off the glass. Tinatawag ba yung ganun?
Parang hindi. Well, I think tinawag niya because he's not smiling.
Do you ever smile when you hit the backer?
Yes, yeah. Believe me, you see it in all the players. Whenever they hit a bank shot from a 3-point line, they always smile.
But Terrafirma counters on the other end to give them a 1-point lead with 2 minutes and 54 seconds remaining. We'll be back. This is the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. Back to the ball game as we see the stats of Roosevelt Adams. What have you seen so far from him?
I'm impressed with the way he's shooting that ball. It's a nice quick release, good form, nice follow through, and it's really helping that team. He has 8 points already, 2 3-point shots, and 1 layup with that left-hand layup.
With limited minutes so far for Roosevelt Adams, just pouring in the points as Terrafirma gets the lead here late in the second quarter after being down by as much as 12 points earlier. Let's see how Phoenix answers off of that timeout as Vaquero has it. Finds Pascual to Garcia. Garcia trying to find an opening. Finds Perkins, who's been hot so far. Nice move by Perkins, and he gets blocked by Adams, but a foul is called against Terrafirma.
Foul is on
You know, it's nice to see a guy really challenge shots like this. Look at how long, how lengthy his arms are. And he needs to be more of that presence in the shaded area to intimidate guys like Jason Perkins going to the basket.
And Gabaini was the one that gets called for that foul on Perkins, as Perkins now has 17 points here in the first half. So Jason Perkins just carrying the load so far here for Phoenix. Perkins hits both free throws, gives Phoenix back the lead at 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. As Zelda, Bola. Zelda uses that screen, trying to find Adams, and we have a foul called on Hazul. They say he pushed Adams, that led to Adams going out of bounds. 14 seconds on the shot clock.
That's the second foul.
Zelda has the basketball. Zelda pulls up from 3. Too short for Zelda. Caro has it. Drives inside, finds Garcia. Garcia looking for Hazul. Hazul. And a foul, another foul is called. That is a illegal screen on Jake Pascual. As Phoenix is now just up by 1. Terrafirma trying to get that lead back. Ball to Wami. Wami against Chris.
2 minutes.
Trying to use that screen by Gabaini. Yongson versus speed inside. Tries to shoot that fadeaway. Misses. Gabaini gets a loose ball. Adams first to the basketball but couldn't handle it as Garcia loses it. Yongson finds a way to get it, but the ball goes to Perkins.
Sayang, hindi lang nakuha ni Gabaini.
So medyo hot potato yung ball nun at, on that possession. As Pascual gets it and he gets fouled.
Chongson again. Can you imagine where Chongson was fighting for the loose ball on the opposite end, and he just came out of nowhere and went after Jake Pascual when he lost that ball.
And he was the one from end to end yun.
End to
baseline
end.
to baseline.
Wow.
Yongson was there.
Iba talaga yung bata eh. Wala talagang hindi napapagod. Tsaka ang kukulit.
Scrappy.
Yeah, scrappy. And that's the reason why they're winning. I mean, you will never beat the big teams like San Miguel and Ginebra because they're a very tall team. There are a lot of veterans there. If you don't out-hustle them. Talent-wise, very hard to defeat. Okay? But if you have play with a lot of heart, if you play with a lot of hustle, that's what Terrafirma did in their previous outings.
And they get that from multiple people, from like MGR, Yongson, Kahilig, Zelda. So actually, you can name the entire team, and they've been playing very, very scrappy defense, very high energy defense. As Yongson was complaining after that foul, but what a hustle play from Yongson, and he got called for a tech on that possession because he complained too much. Pascual at the line. McCarthy comes in for Terrafirma for added offense with 1 minute and 34 seconds remaining dito sa ating first half as Pascual hits the second free throw. Coach Topex facing the sideline as Kamson gets the ball to McCarthy. Let's see what Terrafirma has on this possession. McCarthy tries to go for that sidestep, hits that backer.
The defense ngayon na nagiging problema dito ng Phoenix. I mean, they're scoring, okay, that's why they're still up. But you cannot just go toe-to-toe here with Terrafirma. You have to make stops.
Hazul tries to hit that three-pointer, misses as Gabaini cleans up the board. Zelda using those double screens, finds some space inside, seals Banquero and gets that foul call.
That's a great pass there. A nice shot fake and a nice bounce pass. Saktong-sakto yun for Kamson. And there's nothing really much Banchero can do because he was really so deep under the basket.
Medyo nabura si Banquero dun inside.
Winasiwas na siya ni Kamson eh. Kita mo naman, you know how wide Eric Kamson is.
And Kamson gets that ball to go. It looked like it was going out, but drops back in to cut that lead back down to 1. This next free throw can tie it. So Eric Kamson playing very well here, and in and out for that basketball. So a 1-point lead for Phoenix with 55 seconds remaining here in our first half. Perkins wants the basketball. Perkins drives baseline and draws another foul. This time it's on Kamson. And what have you seen from Terrafirma? They've been complaining a lot to the referee. What do you think about that?
Well, I would still say I would rather that they don't complain and just let their playing do the talking. Sometimes, it's really very hard to argue with the officials. Sometimes the players are correct. That maybe the referees didn't see it, but it's really useless to really argue with the officials. Sometimes it's really all about emotion, frustration. That's what happens to players when they complain to the referees. But then, wala ka na magagawa eh. I mean, if it's called, if it's a mistake by the referees, it's all part of the game.
And they never get turned naman. These calls never get turned around.
Yes.
By the referee. So, as you see, Tiongson in the previous possession, now comes on complaining. So Terrafirma getting the best of their emotions. Their emotions getting the best of them.
I tell you, Andre, it's difficult to be a referee. If you call it, the other team will get mad. If you don't call it, the other team will also get mad. It works both ways. It's a
if
tough
you have a wrong
job.
call, your boss will get mad.
Yes, exactly.
And if you get it right, nobody will say anything.
I'd rather that all yung mga reklamador dyan ng mga players try to be a referee. Maybe you'll understand it more.
Gabaini just battling for this loose ball and double possessions for multiple possessions for Terrafirma, and Gabaini gets that tip to go and flexes on Phoenix.
He's been really hustling under the basket. He's giving Jake Pascual a tough time.
Last possession time for Phoenix with 10 seconds on the shot clock, 11 seconds on the game clock. Garcia finds Perkins. Perkins shoots that fadeaway, almost gets it to go. 3 seconds for Terrafirma. Last shot time, Acelda just throws it and just hits the board. And that is it for our first half, as Terrafirma comes back from a double-digit lead to cut that lead down to 1, as Phoenix just leads by 1 point heading into halftime. What an exciting game so far we have for you guys, and the score is 48-47. We'll be back in a bit to talk about this game during halftime. Once again, this is the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. And we're back here in the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. Halftime between Phoenix Super LPG Fuel Masters against the Terrafirma Dyip. Phoenix leads it 48-47. You're with Andre Ko and Eric Reyes for both our games this afternoon. And let's talk about the game so far.
Ganda ng nilalaro ng both teams eh. Phoenix started this game very well. They came from a blowout with NLEX, and now you see them really up and about, really aggressive to start out this game. But then, Terrafirma, because of their win streak, nandun pa rin yung intensity, and they were able to recover from that slow start.
Sabi nga nila, merong kumpiyansa so far yung Terrafirma sa laro nila. So, Terrafirma coming back from that double-digit lead in that first quarter. Powered also by Roosevelt Adams, who came in and scored 8 straight points, as you see his three-pointer here. And Phoenix battling back in that second quarter, not allowing Terrafirma to get any sort of lead. And they settled for that 1-point lead at halftime, but Wami Chongson trying to get going also late in that second quarter. So a lot of people scoring for Terrafirma. On the other side, Jason Perkins just carrying the load so far for Phoenix.
Yes, you see the field goal story, almost the same for both teams. Very slim difference in terms of the second chance points, with 4-1. Shooting wise, not so good from the 3-point line, decent. But the bench points is big for Terrafirma. They started out the game, mabagal yung start nila sa first quarter. Pero kita mo naman, bench points when they came in 29-12, and that really made a big difference in the game.
And Jason Perkins with 20 points, and Wami Tiongson with 4 of 5 from the free throw line. And these halftime stats are brought to you by Honda. the official motorcycle of the PBA. And let's talk about our leading scorers. Perkins with 20 already. Wright with 9. Manuel with 7. Chu with 5. Banquero with 2. Johnson, McCarthy, Gabayni, Adams, all with 8. While Aldrich Ramos has 4.
Yun ang maganda eh. I mean, you did mention about Perkins na 20 points already. Wow, I mean, you would really be impressed. But Manuel only with 7, Wright with only 9. But a balanced scoring attack by Terrafirma brought them back from a slow start.
And from multiple people talaga. And that is why they're in this ball game as we start our third quarter. We see Ramos and Johnson getting ready for the third quarter as we have a close game. And we see MGR, Kamson, McCarthy, Johnson, and Ramos in for Terrafirma, while Matthew Wright, Justin Chua, Vic Manuel, Chris Banquero, and Perkins are the players for Phoenix. As Johnson tries to shoot that fadeaway, almost banks it in, and we have a loose ball foul called on Jason Perkins. Have you ever seen a player, Eric, ever admit to their foul?
Yes, me.
Parang hindi ako nakakita ng player na...
We're all the same. We're always all in denial.
Never. You never fouled anyone.
You will always say that I did not do it.
Kamson trying to post up Perkins. Shoots that fadeaway. Eric Kamson misses. Matthew Wright bringing the ball down for Phoenix. Wright gets it to Manuel. Banquero asking for that Chua screen. Drives baseline. Drops it off to Perkins.
Ganda.
What a nice play.
Yeah, drop down defense. Nakalimutan doon ng Terrafirma.
As Terrafirma now has possession. Finds Johnson. Johnson with all the space in the world. Overshoots that three-pointer.
Wala ba? Malamig pa yung shooting ni Wami Chongson dito.
And Vic Manuel gets that nice pass. Oh, that's Michael Kalisaan, I mean, from Matthew Wright. So Wright having a few assists here in this ball game, so doing a bit of everything.
Well, that's the way to do it. I mean, kung di pa masyadong kung inaalat pa, you're not really connecting from the outside the way you used to. Get your teammates involved and then make an attempt again when you have a chance.
And he gets a steal on the other end as he drives to the right.
Oh!
What a move by Matthew Wright!
What a hang time by Matthew Wright. That's something that can definitely get him pumped up. Pero kita mo yung facial expression niya, parang ordinary lang i-layup niya eh.
Normal. That is what I do.
Easy.
And that is 6 straight points so far for Phoenix to push this lead up to 7 once again. So parang same story na naman siya nung first quarter. Phoenix coming out with a lot of energy against Terrafirma.
Yes, maganda yung simula dito ng Phoenix, and that's something that they want to continue all throughout. And Terrafirma has to avoid times like this, because if this Phoenix team gets hot and all those superstars like Wright, Banchero, even Vic Manuel start to hum, they can definitely support Perkins in the scoring column. Mahihirapan si Terrafirma noon if all these guys start to score.
And that is a quick timeout by Terrafirma, as Matthew Wright now has 11 points with 3 steals, but he has 4 fouls in this ball game. So that is something that we have to watch out for.
Maaga siya na foul trouble dito. But no choice na rin si Coach Topex, because you're already in the third quarter and he needs Matthew Wright to start to get hot.
Johnson gets it to Ramos. Back to McCarthy. McCarthy thought about it. Shoots it this time, and that is no good for Rashawn McCarthy, as Banquero pushes the ball down. Banquero finding Chua. Back to Perkins. Perkins finding Wright. Perkins passes it to Kalisaan for 3. That is a good three-pointer for Kalisaan.
I was surprised Perkins passed on that attempt, but he made the right choice in kicking it out to Kalisaan for that 3.
So back to a double-digit lead for Phoenix. So playing with a lot of energy to start the third quarter with 9 minutes and 24 seconds remaining. McCarthy again with the basketball against Kalisaan. Finds MGR. Finds Ramos. Nice pass by MGR to Ramos.
Great movement without the ball. There's a lot of fluidity in that offense of Terrafirma.
So Terrafirma trying to find their offense here in the third quarter. That is their first basket in the third quarter. So almost the same story as the first quarter. It took them 4 minutes in that first quarter. It took them almost 3 minutes to get their first field goal here in the third, as Wright with a great fake. And that is an easy shot for Matthew Wright. So Matthew Wright with 13 points now, being a bit more aggressive here in the third quarter with his offense. Yongson to Ramos. Ramos shoots that three. Ramos with a corner three-pointer.
Terrafirma has a lot of shooters from the outside. Whether all their bigs can shoot or most of their bigs can shoot.
Back down to a 7-point ball game. Phoenix with the lead, 59-52. Back here using that Perkins screen. This has done a lot of damage. MGR almost gets a steal on that possession as Zelda comes into the ball game. 9.4 seconds on the shot clock for Phoenix as they're set to inbound it from the baseline. Finds Chua, and Chua just loses the basketball. Medyo pawis yata yun. Medyo madulas yung basketball doon. As Chua with an unforced error for Phoenix. So Phoenix with a chance to cut into this lead. What a
nice
fake
move
by MGR, and faked out the entire Phoenix team.
Yes, that was a great move there. He saw that there was an opening in between two defenders and there was nobody for help in the shaded area.
Pati yung teammate yata niya na fake rin
oh,
yan.
na-fake. Nanood lahat eh.
And we have a foul on the floor as McCarthy fouls Matthew Wright. McCarthy gives up that foul as Roosevelt Adams comes in to replace Rashawn McCarthy.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
14 seconds on the shot clock for Phoenix. Jason Perkins gets it to Chris Banquero. Shoots a three. That is too strong. Loose ball goes to Ramos. Zelda has it. Zelda just tries to go all the way. Couldn't handle the basketball. And Phoenix secures it. So Phoenix with numbers now. But Terrafirma gets back. Nice pass by Matthew Wright. Gets it to Justin Chua for that reverse layup.
That's a nice quick footwork there to be able to get a nice under-goal shot.
Ramos thought about it. Drives against Perkins. Perkins blocking him. Jongson with a cut inside. Jongson finds Zelda. Zelda to Adams. Adams had two earlier. Not this time.
The stroke was different compared to the previous two.
Parang he kind of pulled that three-pointer.
Parang matulis eh. It wasn't like a nice stroke, one motion.
And Perkins now against MGR. And MGR just bothering Jason Perkins. Taps the ball away and has some words to say for Jason Perkins. 8.6 seconds on the shot clock. Phoenix with a 7-point lead. 6 minutes and 54 seconds remaining to third quarter. Banquero trying to get a loose from MGR. Finds space. Hits that layup.
You know, MGR is a good defender, but Banchero had a nice move.
Adams shoots it again. Too strong now for Roosevelt Adams.
Lumamig.
Medyo napatagal daw sa bench si Roosevelt Adams. Misses his last
Nice
two
one.
shots. And Justin Chua gets bothered by MGR, but Jason Perkins is there to get those loose balls. Gets that putback to go in.
Well, nothing really Marcel can do to box him out. He was just too powerful and had very good position to get that putback.
Chua gets a warning after complaining about not getting a foul call on his previous attempt. Zelda trying to find Jongson. Jongson being chased by Banquero. Back to Zelda. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Zelda shoots that floater to beat the buzzer. No go. As Phoenix now has an 11-point lead. Holds it back. Phoenix calling out a play. Finding Matthew Wright. Back to Chris Macaro. Wright with an open three. Shoots that three-pointer. That is short for Matthew Wright. Ramos almost lost the basketball as Tiongson is handling it. Let's see where Wami Tiongson goes here. Finds Ramos. Ramos likes the shot. That's a long two-pointer. In and out for Aldrich Ramos. What is the difference so far between the offense of Phoenix and Terrafirma in this third quarter?
Well, Phoenix started the third quarter just similar to how they started the first quarter. Terrafirma is just, a little bit slow again starting third.
And we'll be back. The score is 65-54, and this timeout is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. And we're back to the ball game here in the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. Phoenix against Terrafirma, who's both at the bottom of the standings, but Terrafirma climbing up as Phoenix also, but Phoenix trending the other direction.
Well, if the teams or the tournament ended today, in the elimination round ended today, the bottom four, you don't want to be in the bottom four at this stage. All you want to do is you want to get into at least in the top 8. Whether you see in the final 8 or in the number 7 and 8, it doesn't really matter. But the only problem is you have to face the number 1 and the number 2 team, or for it twice to be disadvantaged if you have to be position 7 and 8. That's why both of these teams, napaka-importante yung laro, they have to make their move today.
Nice fake by Kalisaan, just gets the defender to fly by past him as Phoenix has built their biggest lead of the ball game with a 13-point lead against Terrafirma.
Well, Kalisaan has been scoring well and is contributing also for Phoenix.
Ramos gets it to Adams. Adams missed another shot, so talagang medyo lumamig na si Roosevelt Adams. Another open shot for him. Drives inside now. Ball gets tapped away. Let's see who gets it. And the referees are trying to separate them. Medyo napangiti na din si Roosevelt Adams. May konting ano pa. Comedy pa dun si Adams. Let's see where the ball goes. But we have a timeout by Terrafirma, so we assume the ball might be with Terrafirma on this next possession as Adams just calls a timeout off that possession. And we'll be back. The score is 67-54. And back to the ball game as Phoenix with a 13-point lead here in the third quarter, coming out strong to start the third quarter. But Terrafirma trying to find a way to score on this possession after a couple of misses with around 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. 0.1 second on the shot clock as Adams just turns it over off of that pass by Batilier.
He wasn't aware of what was going on.
And there's no way you're putting up a shot with 0.1 seconds remaining. As you see Coach John Cardell at the sidelines, definitely concerned about how his team is playing here in the third quarter with 4 minutes remaining. As Banquero gets it. Ball being passed away. Steal by Batilier, couldn't handle the basketball, and the ball will remain with Phoenix with 6.5 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
6.5 seconds left on the shot clock.
McCarthy comes in for Adams. Right to Perkins, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Perkins trying to drive inside, trying to muscle his way. No go, 1 second. Matthew Wright shoots at 3, almost hits it. But Gabayni secures the rebound. McCarthy pushing the ball down. McCarthy drives, finds Batilier. Batilier, drop pass to Ramos. Nice fake by Ramos. Power dribble. Couldn't get the shot to go. Banquero finds Perkins. Perkins has been quiet here in the third quarter after scoring a lot in the first half. Nice pass!
Beautiful pass. Oh,
but he misses the shot and ball gets tapped away. Batilier with a tap. And
sayang.
what a wasted opportunity. Nice passing by Phoenix to get that easy layup, but just couldn't complete it.
I mean, the pass was so beautiful. It's just the finish that was missing.
Medyo kinilig yata siya muna.
Oh, sobrang ganda kasi ng pase eh.
Hindi na kompleto yung shot. So Phoenix will have to shoot with 14 seconds on the clock after being tapped away by Batilier. Perkins has it now. Wright with the basketball. Wright hasn't made the three-pointer here in the second half. Tiongson just read that perfectly, just couldn't handle the basketball. So 4 seconds on the shot clock. Phoenix will still have the basketball.
Substitution, Victor for Jason Perkins. 4 seconds on the shot clock, 4 seconds to shoot.
4 seconds to shoot. Banquero gets it. Trying to find somebody to pass to. Gabayni couldn't handle it. But they get the loose ball. McCarthy finds an opening. He likes the shot. McCarthy overshoots it. So Terrafirma, only 6 points so far. Or 7 points so far here in third quarter.
They slowed down. Eh, yun ang nangyari doon sa kanilang start. Maganda sana yung start nila in the third, pero bumagal na naman. Pero the problem is, si Terrafirma naman, hindi rin naman sila makaano. They couldn't really catch up here in the third.
So Terrafirma trying to find a way to score. Zelda is asking for that screen from Kamson. Finds McCarthy. McCarthy thought about it. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Drives inside. Nice scoop layup by Rashawn McCarthy.
I mean, they really have to step it up a bit. They don't want to be falling behind Phoenix entering the fourth.
Banquero handling the basketball. Finds Wright. Back to Banquero. Manuel, next screen. Banquero, pull-up jumper. Too strong. Batter for the loose ball. Will go to Phoenix, and Zelda with a foul against Matthew Wright. That is just the second team foul on Terrafirma. As we see this layup by McCarthy. And everybody was expecting him to shoot a jumper, and nobody expected him to drive inside and hit that layup. So yeah, he had an open lane to the basket.
No fear. That's what he did. Never hesitated to just go for that basket.
Manuel going at Gabayni. Finds a way to score it, but our referees call an offensive foul against Vic Manuel.
Ganda nilalaro ni Gabayni. I mean, it's no joke to be matched up against the muscle man on the post.
Manuel not agreeing with that call, but the referee says he warded off Gabayni on that hook shot. So McCarthy again with the basketball. McCarthy against Pascual, drives, spins, inside to Kamson. Kamson finds a way to make that after that double clutch. So Kamson gives Terrafirma back-to-back baskets, back to a single-digit ball game.
He had good balance there on that shot. He was able to use his upper body to lean in.
Manuel finds Azul. Azul drop pass to Manuel. Nice layup by Big Manuel.
That's one way to get Gabayni out of the picture. So, bihira na kasi yung ginagawa nila. They just go one-on-one because the defenses now are a lot better. The help is a lot better. But sometimes the breakdown happens when you go on a pick and roll.
Johnson against Manuel. Pulls up from 3. Wami too strong, so Wami hasn't hit the three-pointer in this ball game. Garcia with 35 seconds on the clock, with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Phoenix has a chance to score here. Manuel pushes off again against Kamson.
Big Manuel is getting frustrated there. Kanina, natawagan siya ng offensive kay Gabayni. Ngayon naman kay Kamson. The two bigs of Terrafirma sliding down, using their feet to defend the muscle man.
So Manuel having a hard time against the bigs of Terrafirma, but they still have an 11-point lead. As McCarthy trying to find Zelda, finds Gabayni. So Gabayni has been playing very well here, and he gets fouled on display. And they're asking for an end one, and I think the referees called an end one on that possession as Gabayni was already in his gather.
Well, we got to see it again. Well, could be correct because he already picked up that ball. Yes, it's good. Yeah, the referees called it an end one, a foul in the basket.
So this is a big play for Terrafirma to cut into that double-digit deficit, and Gabayni completes a 3-point play, so it's just an 8-point ball game for Phoenix.
You know, I'm impressed with the way Gabayni is playing. From where he started out in his PBA career, just sitting on the bench, coming in a couple of times, making a lot of mistakes with the limited minutes. But now with Terrafirma, he's really getting a lot of minutes plus the confidence of his coaches to perform.
So it's back to a 9-point game, 69-60. Alley-oop play. Muntik pang shumot yun. 2 seconds, comes on, shoots at 3.
Oh!
Hits that half-court three-pointer.
Wow!
What a big shot by Eric Kamson.
It was an unorthodox shot.
It looked like he was actually gonna trip.
Yeah, baliktad pa yung payo. He lifted the left leg.
But he hits that. What a shot by Eric Kamson, and that gives.
He put up the different. His right knee was still down, and he wasn't really able to put it up.
And he has that look that he actually intentionally
called it.
Shot that, and
called it.
that ends the third quarter, 69-62. Phoenix leads against Terrafirma Jeep. We'll be back. This is the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. Back to the ball game as we are here at the start of the fourth quarter, as we see some highlights from Phoenix in that third quarter, but start of the fourth, our official score is 69-64. Phoenix winning that third quarter.
It's the problem with Terrafirma is they only came up with 14 points. But the good thing is, at least towards the windup of the third quarter, they were able to put up some shots and create some scoring opportunities.
So Terrafirma, parang that's the story of the game. Terrafirma always coming back at the end of quarters, and Phoenix, of course, starting quarters very well as Manuel gets that floater to go, plus the foul. So gets the better of Gabayni on that play as that is a trademark shot by Vic Manuel.
Yeah, the advantage of Vic Manuel over Gabayni is when he puts the ball on the floor. That's where he has a nice, but the Muses misses that putback.
So Terrafirma down by 7. Phoenix couldn't take advantage of that offensive rebound by the Muses. McCarthy shoots a 3. Too strong, batter for the loose ball. Goes to Phoenix. Garcia handling the basketball. Garcia trying to find some space. Manuel again shoots another shot. Manuel hits back-to-back shots.
See, again, the similar story in the first quarter or most of the quarters. Phoenix always starts it out very well.
Garcia just read that crossover perfectly, and he goes straight for an easy layup. So Phoenix again with 6 straight points to start a quarter.
Well, they're making stops. Phoenix is making stops, and that's the reason why they're turning all those turnovers into easy baskets.
Kamson hits another 3-pointer. So medyo ginanahan si Kamson after that half-court heave.
Well, like I said, no matter how bad your form is, as long as it goes in, that's what counts the most.
3 points is 3 points, and that cuts the Phoenix lead to 8. Garcia trying to find the Muses. McCarthy is there. Johnson drives inside, trying to draw that foul, but the referees don't call anything.
He tried to use that left elbow to bump and at least go for that shot, pero hindi nakita or hindi tinawagan ng ref.
Pascual gets it to Hazul. Hazul drives. No goal for Hazul. The Muses gets the loose ball. Manuel again. Manuel loses it straight to the hands of Hazul, and Hazul hits that 3-pointer.
What a nice bounce there for RJ Azul.
What a nice pass from Manuel.
Not a pick. Lucky to be in that place at the right time, and tapos maganda pa doon, he hit that shot.
As McCarthy now handling the basketball for Terrafirma, who's down again by double digits. Zelda shoots at 3. Short rebound by Manuel. Garcia again with the basketball. RR asking for that screen from Manuel. Manuel gets it. This is his spot. Drives inside. Nice move by Vic Manuel. Just couldn't complete the 3-point play, but he will go to the stripe for 2 shots.
Manuel is definitely going to work here. I mean, he was stuffed already a couple of times by Gabayni, but there's no stopping the muscle man. He will never stop being aggressive.
Manuel back at the free throw line. He missed his previous one. Hits this one. This time. Calvo coming in for Wami Tiongson. Perkins back in the ball game as well. Coming in for Pascual. So Phoenix trying to tie their biggest lead of the ball game at 13 with this Vic Manuel free throw. So Manuel already has 14 points and very efficient. What can you say about his performance so far?
Well, steady. 60% field goal shooting. Or rather, I think that was a free throw. A 6 out of 10. He's been steady. He would struggle a couple of times. Of course, not still at the Vic Manuel that I know from his Alaska days. But then, he's slowly getting in there and getting back his most dominant form.
Kamson tried to go for another 3-pointer. Too strong that time as Garcia just walks the ball up. 15 seconds on the shot clock for Phoenix. 12-point ball game. The Muses gets it to Manuel. Manuel shoots again. Another short snap jumper for Vic Manuel.
It's really very hard to stop. You extend out on him, he can drive. If you put a smaller defender on him, he will post.
So this is the biggest lead of the ball game. 81-67. 14-point lead for Phoenix as Terrafirma. Zelda just misses that 3-pointer, but they get the offensive rebound. Calvo trying to find space. Fade away for Calvo. Still no go for Terrafirma. Garcia, fast break to Perkins. Perkins kicks it out to
Wow.
Azul. Azul, same spot. Hits another three-pointer.
That is a highlight to me. That could have been the big boosting shot that Phoenix is looking for. They're up by 17 points already here in the fourth quarter.
Scores 84 to 67. We'll be back after a short break here on PBA Rush. And this timeout is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Back to the ball game as we see some highlights from Vic Manuel, who's made his mark here in the fourth quarter.
Nag-init na talaga si Muscle Man, with 16 points already, 7 of 11 field goals. And that's the kind of field goal shooting Vic Manuel is known for. Close to 60, high 60% field goal shooting.
Very efficient game for Manuel as Terrafirma just trying to find some offense. Ramos trying to post up Perkins. Scoop shot by Ramos goes in.
Got good position deep down low. And all he had to do is a good finger roll.
Manuel handling the basketball for Phoenix. 15-point ball game. Garcia against Calvo. And that is another shot for Jason Perkins, who's been quiet since the first half, but hits that shot.
But he doesn't mind being quiet. He already has 20 points in the first half alone.
Calvo finding MGR. Back to Ramos. They like this matchup. Ramos. Calvo shoots that three. Hits that three-pointer. Big shot for Terrafirma. They needed that three-pointer from JP Calvo.
That's a good position there for JP Calvo to take a nice wide-open jumper off that kick-out.
Azul to Garcia. Back to Azul. Azul made two earlier. Tries to go for three. No go. And Adams gets the rebound. Terrafirma trying to run down court. Calvo drives. Tries to pass it. But Manuel, good hands. Taps the ball away. Forces the turnover. It's a 2-on-1 fast break. But Azul pushes it, pulls it back. Garcia. Pass to Perkins. Perkins uses his strength. No go. That's a hard man to bump. Gabayni.
It's like bumping a brick wall.
But Perkins couldn't complete that shot. Gabayni wants to go at Perkins again. They've been playing like this the whole game as Adams tries to shoot a three-pointer, misses again. So Adams here in the second half just cold compared to his performance in the first. Garcia controlling the pace. Finds Perkins again inside against Gabayni, and this time finds the seam and hits that shot. So Terrafirma with a 16-point deficit against Phoenix, 88-72, way past the half-point mark of the fourth quarter. 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Calvo trying to find somebody to pass to. MGR to Gabayni. Gabayni short jumper, too strong. Battle for the rebound to Adams, and Adams couldn't get that tip in to go, asking for that foul, and Calvo gives up the foul.
Foul is on number 8, JP Calvo.
Why is Terrafirma having a hard time so far finding some offense here in the second half?
Well, everything comes from their defense. Most of the time, even when they were able to get back in their previous games, they were able to make stops. They were able to create or win at least the 50-50 balls, and that's something that Terrafirma is very good at. But here we don't really see it. They're not able to control Vic Manuel in the second half compared to how they did very well in the first.
Banquero gets it to Perkins. And Perkins back to Banquero. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Ball gets tapped away by Calvo. Chua finds Banquero, finds Perkins, and that is a three-pointer. That hits from the corner by Jason Perkins.
Wow, it's just, Perkins is unstoppable. Vic Manuel is unstoppable. This is going to be a hard climb for Terrafirma.
The avalanche of points by Phoenix to lead at 91-72. We'll be back after this short break. And this time was brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. And we're back to the ball game as Calvo is handing the basketball, a 19-point deficit by for Terrafirma. Adams, let's see where he finds some offense. Tries to go for that Euro step. Asking for a foul, but the referees don't call anything. So Phoenix has a basketball with 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. And we have another timeout called on the floor, this time called by Phoenix. And that means we'll be back in a short while. This is the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. And we're back here on PBA Rush as Phoenix stamping their mark here in the fourth quarter with a 19-point lead against Terrafirma. And don't forget, tomorrow we still have basketball. So basketball every day for the PBA. Tomorrow we have Magnolia against Rainer Shine, LX against TNT, and in Nebra, San Miguel against SMB Beermen. So that's going to be an exciting set of games tomorrow. But of course today, we still have a second game after this one, but Terrafirma now facing a big hole against Phoenix, who've just poured in an avalanche of points here in the fourth quarter. Banquero has the basketball. 88-72, that's our score. 16-point lead. Banquero gets it to Perkins. What a fake by Chua. That is an offensive foul. I'm wondering, Eric, if they took away the three-pointer of Perkins on the previous possession. Because it was a... I'm not sure if the referees counted it, because it might not have beaten the buzzer.
Oh, okay. Then probably they didn't. Because I thought that it was counted already from the time, unless the shot clock or the game clock was already off.
But it looks like our referees took away the three-pointer by Perkins. So Matthew Wright tries to get it right back, but guess who's there inside? Phoenix again, and Kalisaan, who's played so well in this game, gets that offensive putback.
Well, the average defense of Terrafirma is giving up around 90 points. I believe that was around 94.3 points average points allowed. So this is not good because you still have 3 minutes left, and Phoenix already with 90 points here. So this is something where Terrafirma would really have to improve on to continue their streak of 3 straight games against top teams.
As Chua hits that left-handed hook shot off of a nice pass by Perkins, as Phoenix now has an 18-point lead against Terrafirma. So Terrafirma struggling in this ball game as Tiongson can't find his stroke. And Banquero all alone again, shoots that layup, and that is blocked off the backboard by MGR, and Adams driving inside. Finds McCarthy. McCarthy too strong again on that three. So Terrafirma not finding any offense, while Phoenix is trying to waste some time here in the fourth quarter.
Well, this is going to be a hard climb for Terrafirma. Their chances of winning this game or coming back is very slim with only 2 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Chua all the time in the world to shoot that three-pointer. Couldn't hit it, but the ball will go to Terrafirma after that battle for the board. So it looks like Terrafirma will have their three-point win streak get cut in this ball game by Phoenix, and well, you know, it's not the end, I guess, of the world if they lose after winning 3 straight games.
Well, I mean, there's still 2 minutes and 13 seconds left, 18 points down, but it's really tough to be able to get back, especially when your defense is already giving up 92 points at this stage of the game.
Adams trying to find some offense, finally hits a three-pointer after missing a couple of shots here in the second half after scoring 8 straight points in that first half. 92-77, so still a bit of time for Terrafirma, while Phoenix is just using a lot of time on the clock as Wright has it. Wright cross-court pass to Banquero. Drives baseline, gets hounded, and that is another foul on Batelier. So Batelier just giving up a lot of fouls in this ball game.
Yeah, you can be aggressive, but you also have to be under control.
And that is the 4th team foul on Terrafirma, the first in the last 2 minutes for the team. As Wright gets it with 10 seconds on the clock. 7 seconds on shot clock. Three-pointer for Phoenix, no go. Adams gets it. Batelier drives inside. Batelier, reverse layup, doesn't go. Laput gets it, gets the put back to go in. And back to a 13-point ball game. Right? Against McCarthy. Back to the right. So Matthew Wright just trying to waste the most time that he can in these last few possessions. Finds Manuel. Manuel, he likes this, drives inside, scoop layup for Big Manuel is good.
That's it.
And that is the nail in the coffin, sabi
Yes.
nga nila.
Oh, Big Manuel just simply went to work here in the second half. Jason Perkins took care of the first, Big Manuel in the second, and that's it for Terrafirma.
As Laput gets the putback to go in after the miss by Rashawn McCarthy, but with 40 seconds remaining, only Tima can come back from this.
Yes. Wow. It's really very hard. Maybe if Terrafirma, had their game going, if they were like scoring more, I think they would have a better chance of coming back, but not at this stage. Phoenix is at the top of their game. This is the kind of game that Phoenix is really expected to play.
So Matthew Wright back at the line, who's been actually scoring, but he's been a bit quiet compared to Jason Perkins and Manuel in this ball game.
Hindi pa nga masyadong pumutok si Matthew Wright. Even Banchero didn't really score as much, and yet Perkins did so much. Perkins and Manuel did all the damage.
So the two big men of Phoenix just dominating Terrafirma as McCarthy trying to find some space to score. Finds MGR. MGR tries to drive inside, finds Batelier for an open three. Batelier shoots that three-pointer and hits it to cut that lead down to 12. 15 seconds remaining. And Phoenix just looks to hold here to end the ball game, as it was a very impressive win so far for Phoenix.
Yes, Phoenix really came out. After that blowout against NLEX, they came back strong in this game. Started out with a lot of intensity, great execution, and they were able to sustain and hold on to this big lead against Terrafirma in the second half.
And I think our officials are still checking also if this counts at the buzzer. Looks like it did count, but you know, Phoenix still wins it 96 to 84. That is our final score against Terrafirma as they cut that winning streak of Terrafirma, and they get on the win column after losing against Northport in their previous game. And we'll be back once again. This is the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. And what can you say about the ball game?
Well, I'm really impressed with the way Phoenix started this game. A lot of players really surpassed their scoring average, most notably a guy like Perkins.
And our next level player of the game, Jason Perkins, is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. He had 28 points with 4 assists.
He's been consistent all throughout, and that's something that I'm sure Coach Topex will be happy about.
And he scored more than double his average in this ball game, and that's what you were talking about earlier at the start of the game, that Perkins can actually output even more than what he's just outputting in this conference.
Yes, and buti na lang hindi niya ako pinahiya.
Medyo nagdilang anghel ka na lang.
Yes, he did very well. But this is a good win for Phoenix at 3-5. They start their winning streak, and hopefully they can move up the ranks and at least get into a good position by the end of the elimination round.
All right, so there you go. We're going to turn it over to our press room to see our best player and Coach Topex.
Post-game interview. Joining us, our Phoenix Super LPG Fuel Masters head coach, Topex Robinson, and our best player of the game, Jason Perkins. Congratulations on your win. Jason, you scored well today. What did you see that the defense was giving you and that you could take advantage of?
Nothing really. I wasn't paying attention to the defense. We were just executing, playing basketball like we do. We have a great offense. Coach John, he runs our great offense, and we were just doing it, moving the ball around, executing, and passing the ball to the open man.
Coach Topex, Terrafirma was on a roll before this game. What was your game plan against them?
So reality sets that they beat San Miguel, they beat Ginebra, they beat Blackwater. That means they're really here on a mission. So we just respected the team. We know that if we're not gonna give our best basketball, I mean that's a recipe for a loss for us.
Coach, talk about Kalisaan.
Mike, again, he knows his role coming into this team. His teammates trust him a lot, and he does all the things that he does a lot of dirty work on our team, and true enough that we want to reward him, and his teammates are rewarding him with those passes. And I guess with Mike, he's just taking advantage with the opportunity that's been given to him.
Now we turn you over to our press friends. First up is Mr. Denison Dalupang. Denison.
All right, so let's look at the game highlights brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. And in that first half, it was all Phoenix to start the ball game in the first quarter, and all Jason Perkins. I see, that's what they said in the first quarter. But Jason Perkins just scoring non-stop in that first quarter, while Terrafirma just kept coming back in that first half.
Well, he did play very well, just like a Kendrick Perkins. I'm just joking.
My bad.
but you know, the good thing about this guy is he has been very consistent. Jason Perkins, he plays at a high level, just like Roosevelt Adams, who also had a great first half. Those two guys led the way for their respective teams.
But in that second quarter, medyo nakatikim lang ng konti ng kalamangan yung Terrafirma. But Phoenix just coming back and taking that lead at the halftime. But in the third quarter, Phoenix came out on fire once again. The same as the first quarter, as Matthew Wright hits that jumper. Phoenix just really scored very well, led by this guy, Vic Manuel, who took on the offensive burden in that third and fourth quarter for Phoenix.
Well, it's really all about stepping it up. And this is a nice shot here by Campson to at least bring them closer at the end of the third quarter.
69-64, that is the end of the third. But in that fourth quarter, it was all Vic Manuel to start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, there's really no stopping the muscle man all throughout, hitting it from the perimeter, from the baseline. Jay, he was powering himself up under the basket. So initially, when Gabayni got his number in the first half, now there's no way you can stop Vic Manuel. And even if Eric Campson just tries to bring this team back.
And we can't also forget RJ Azul, who hit big three-pointers in that fourth quarter to just break the game wide open for Phoenix. And Garcia as well, and Perkins just adding to his point total, almost broke the 30-point barrier here in this ball game as Phoenix comes away with the win, 96-84 against the Terrafirma Dyip, ties them in the standings at 3-5 apiece. And up next, we have our next game, the Northport Batang Pier against the Blackwater Bossing. We'll be back in a bit. This is the PBA on PBA Rush.